quarterbacks, and we're going to get to our cover boy here from the picture on the video here. But let's talk about the top here. And we both agree the Houston Texans picking one. They're going to draft a quarterback. And we are both of the mind that it's either going to be Alabama quarterback Bryce Young or Ohio State quarterback CJ Stroud. Both are really good. There's both to like about things to like about both of their games. Stroud has the better size. I think Young has the better mental makeup. Is that fair?
No, I think it's fair to say. I think at least we know that with Bryce Young with some of the games this year. To me, I like Stroud better. I think the size is a big issue. I also think Stroud has a little more of that zip on the football and that some of those NFL outside back shoulder passes. Now he's playing with probably the top receiver in next year's class in Marvin Harrison Jr., maybe a top 100 pick in Emeka Egbuka. He's got a lot going for him on that offense. And so I think that's a question.
If you go back to his last year's tape, he was playing with Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson,
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
So,
I mean, who could be a first round pick in this draft too? So, that's the question: is the weapons making Stroud better, or some of these NFL throws? Though I think are impressive. He's not a guy that runs. Ryan Day doesn't want his quarterback to run. We saw Justin Field not run. So Bryce Young's got to bring that athleticism, and I think Bryce Young's accuracy is just off the charts. And I think that's what you get with him, and why I think a lot of the national people are putting Bryce Young number one overall at this point. You feel like you get Heisman Trophy winner, athleticism, ball placement. You can work with that in almost any system. I think Stroud's a little more of that throwback to a 90s, early 2000s quarterback. Is that what teams want?
And we talked about that a little bit last week when some of the comps, I think it was Eric Edholm and Jordan Reed, were comping, basically saying like Eli Manning or Jared Goff were a couple comps they threw out about CJ Stroud, and we both agreed that those were kind of fair. Both of those were number one overall picks as well. I have moved Bryce Young up to number one on mine because of everything you said right there. I think that if you are the Houston Texans and a team that is going to be poor of many resources, you're going to want a guy, I think, that's going to elevate everybody from the down up. Not that Stroud can't do that, but I think that might be the mindset that they look for with Bryce Young. And so I'm going to move him ahead of Stroud for the time being. Things could change, obviously, but that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep Stroud there. And honestly, I don't know what it would take.
The testing's not going to matter with these two because they're not going to test.
I mean, I guess the playoff game against Georgia, if Stroud really puts up
if he goes out there and dices up Georgia, then we have to start reevaluating life.
or the opposite way. If he goes out and lays an egg, then you're, what are we doing here? Right? So right. I think that might be a determining factor for this tiebreaker.
Yeah. So we're split on Young and Stroud for now.